Good morning, San Diego. I'm Eve Nasby. Welcome to Operation American Dream. We have an amazing show for you today, a Cinderella story of a homeless veteran who's now an award recipient from the Chamber of Commerce here in San Diego. We're going to hear from Cal State San Marcos, and we're going to take a look at the economic impact that the military's had on San Diego. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Operation American Dream. I'm Eve Nasby, and as promised, we're in studio with a Cinderella story that you're not going to want to miss. Kalani, welcome to our show. You are from Canines and Cammines, is that right?
Cammines and Canines.
Cammines and Canines, and you have an incredible story. And we're going to get into that a little bit later, but truly a rags to riches story, a Cinderella story of being one of our nation's unfortunate veteran homeless statistics and now turned into a business entrepreneur. And I'm so excited to have you on the show. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So tell us about your company and what it is that you're doing and how you got started.
So Cammines and Canines is a story about veterans coming together to make a difference in the community. We make dog products and sell dog products and then use that money to reach out to homeless veterans. We've got dog collars and leashes, and we have dog bones, and if you don't have a dog, we also have t-shirts that you can buy, but we use all of that money to create care packages for the homeless vets here in San Diego. And in that care package, we give them clean socks, t-shirt, toothpaste, toothbrush, and a meal. Interestingly enough, their most favorite item in that care package are brand new socks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for some of them, we go above and beyond. If they really need help, if they tell us what it is that they need, we will make it happen. Some of them just need a bus pass for the month so that they could get to their VA appointment. We've done that. We've also worked with a homeless vet who was 27 years of age, living under an overpass for some time.
Wow.
Cammines and Canines paid his hotel room for an entire week and worked to get him a full ride scholarship into a men's group.
Oh my gosh. You know what, Kalani, that's amazing. So here are some of the products that you make, but I think what is so, first of all, tell us what's so special about these dog bones and the things that you're making.
Yeah, so the dog bones are actually made from used camis. They've served all over the world, and once they come back here, they usually get tucked away in somebody's garage once they get out of the Marine Corps or whatever branch of the service. And we have found a way to repurpose the camis with a purpose. Just like the homeless vets out on the street, we're trying to repurpose them and give them a mission and give them a purpose so that they could feel whole again and soon become productive citizens in our San Diego community.
I love it. I love what you do. It's got the squeaky in here. You've got these leashes, and here is the packet that you're actually giving to the homeless veterans to help them along with the socks. You're doing so much for the community. It's incredible. How can we support you in what you're doing? I mean, are these things for sale at flea markets? Where can we find these products?
Well, every week in Cammines and Canines is out in the community. We're either helping homeless vets, or the other half of our team is at some type of dog event or farmer's market or what have you, and selling the products. You could also go online to www.cammiesandcanines.com where you'll find all of those products, except for those dog bones. I gotta tell you, those things fly off the shelves, and I can't even.
You're not leaving the studio with this one.
They squeak.
They do. I love that part. So you not only make these yourself, you also invite homeless folks to come to you to make these, right? And you're paying them an hourly wage.
I'm paying them a wage, and it's one of the many ways that I have found an opportunity for these homeless vets to get off the streets and do something productive. Again, helping them find meaning, maybe not their entire life, but give them meaning for the day, give them something to work towards. They don't have to go on the corner and pan for money. They can come in a place to call home, a place where they feel welcome and make and make a living.
Awesome. So tell us how we can support you, because I know the best is yet to come. You've got a crowdfunding campaign coming up. Tell us about that and how we can get involved.
Yeah, so Cammines and Canines, by tons of interest and really the demand from our community, Cammines and Canines is going to pivot. And we're going to move towards the doggy daycare arena. And we need help. We need help to get there. And what separates our doggy daycare from everybody else's is that our daycare is going to be staffed with veterans with service-connected disabilities, men and women who could benefit from a puppy's companionship.
Right.
There's been so much research that shows that dogs that just have nothing but unconditional love for you can really serve a veteran with PTSD, some type of depression, or any other service-connected disability.
Right. They make a big difference. So Kalani, thank you so much for being on this part of our show, but we're gonna not let you go because you have an incredible story of being homeless just 12 months ago. And now you were nominated for Small Business Award in the Cinderella category with the San Diego Chamber of Commerce. We want to hear more of your story. We'll be right back with more of Kalani and Cammines to Canines. Don't go away.
Much like in the military, nobody accomplishes the mission by themselves. I have support. I have a lot of support from men, from women, from the VA, friends, family. But it wasn't until I started opening my mouth and talking and admitting I had an issue, I had a problem, and seeking help. It wasn't easy. It's probably the toughest thing I've gone through. Probably tougher than going to boot camp.
Welcome back to Operation American Dream. As promised, we have Kalani back from Cammines and Canines to talk about his story of homelessness here on the streets in San Diego. Kalani, welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, you served our nation in the Marines. Tell us about that.
So I joined the Marine Corps back in 2006, right after I finished school, right here in San Diego, University of San Diego.
Oh, wow.
2006, just really wanted to serve my country. It was really a lifelong dream as a child to be a Marine, just like my dad.
Yeah.
Served the Marine Corps for 10 years. During that time, I was a supply officer over at 2-6, 2nd Battalion, 6th Marines, and we deployed with the 2-6 MU. After that, I had the opportunity of coming here to San Diego and was at MCRD San Diego.
Okay.
Had the honor and privilege of working with some of the greatest Marines, some drill instructors, and had the opportunity to be part of the Marine making process. After that, I was then stationed over with 23rd Marines, where I was the assistant logistics officer, and had the opportunity to deploy with a small detachment. We went out to Jordan and trained the Jordanian Armed Forces.
Wow.
Yeah, so during that time, much like many other Marines out there, I experienced some hardships. I've already been divorced twice, and every single one of those experiences completely derailed my life. But just like the first experience, the second experience, there was some gold that came out of it. And this last one, you know, I lost my dogs, and I didn't realize how much those dogs meant to me until they were gone. And I needed help at the time, and I didn't know what was going on. And I reached out to my command, and I asked them if I could get help, if I could take some time off and get myself better. And, you know, the Marines were real good about taking care of each other. And so after raising my hand and I got some help from the VA, I decided that I needed to just spend some time by myself. I didn't want to talk to anybody unless you were wearing the uniform with me, unless you knew the handshake, unless you were part of the gun club. I wasn't talking to you. Partly because I felt it was a waste of time.
So your whole mindset kind of shifted after losing everything, and now you're at rock bottom, living on the streets. What was that turning point for you? What happened to get you to now this award recipient or nominee for Best Business 12 months later? What was that turning point?
Well, after going from one 24-hour fitness to another just so that I could take a shower for the next day, I had joined a men's group called the Mankind Project, and that really was the starting of my turning point. So I continued to go to my group sessions, and MKP, Mankind Project, was a place where for the first time in my life, I was able to touch my feelings, face the skeletons in my closet, and be okay with it. I didn't have to run away from myself. And then it was during that time when a man, Dominic Mazzotti, part of MKP, finally stood up in circle and said, I can no longer allow this man, a Marine, to stay on the streets knowing that I've got an empty room in the house. So he brought me into his home, and he asked me a very simple question, which is, if you had all the resources, you could do anything you wanted to do, what would you do? And it was then that I realized I wanted to open up a doggy daycare because I had missed, and still do miss, my dogs. They absolutely were a big part of my life. I just didn't know it back then. And if they could truly touch me in that way, imagine what they could do for all the other veterans out there. So I wanted to do this doggy daycare, and I want to create a situation where vets have a place where they could call home, where they could come and be with all of their other brothers and sisters and reestablish that camaraderie, that esprit de corps, and participate in something that is much bigger than themselves. So when he asked me that question, I said I wanted to do a doggy daycare. And my first step was to create these dog products. And for the past year, we've been out on the streets just building up a brand name and getting ourselves known through the products that we have, collars, leashes.
And now you're being sold in the biggest pet store in San Diego.
That's right.
So we can find you there. We can find you online. We're going to run your website across the bottom of the screen so people know how they can buy these products and how they can support you in your crowdfunding, because I think what you've done is amazing. You have an incredible story. And we're running out of time now, but we definitely want to encourage our viewers to go online, go to his website, buy these products, check him out, and support all that he's doing. Cammines and Canines with Kalani. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being a part of our show. We'll be right back with more of Operation American Dream. Don't go away.